Alrighty, good morning guys. We're out here at Ray Roberts today on the new Old Town 120 pedal drive kayak. As you can see, we've got the pedals up in the front. So today may not be as much as a fishing video. I do have the fish finder on just in case. More so, it's just about testing out the kayak, getting a feel for it, see how it goes. We are going to be doing some fishing, just not as much as I do as the other times. Just trying to see how this thing handles. I think one thing that I am going to do is raise the seat a bit more from behind. That way we can be a little more comfortable, because as of right now, the way somebody sits on this kayak, if you look at my legs, they're just straight out. It'd be nice to have them at me being at a higher level than the pedals. That way you don't move as much. So we're looking for stability in this kayak, which it definitely has. A great pedal drive system, which I like. Front hatch, I mean, it's got everything you need in a fishing kayak. The one thing that I would change if I was a manufacturer on this kayak would probably be, it's not really a change, just an add-on, putting some of these tracks right here out in the back, because it does not have any. So I had to drill some holes to put a Yakatech Mighty mount to put the safety flag on there. But other than that, she's a piece of art. So I guess that's about it for the kayak. So we are going to be doing some fishing then. I see some things here on the graph. It's probably about 20-30 feet. It looks like a ball of bait. I'll be throwing this 1 ounce jig and spoon. See what bites. So it seems like right down here. Just let that thing fall. I should see my lure falling down. That was just a big ball of bait. So there's nothing really wrong with the kayak. More so it's just personal preference. When you're doing, I don't know, fishing. Haven't really taken it offshore yet, but I want to see how it handles. Another thing that I really struggle with kayaks, I used to have the Ascend, is navigation lights. But I found this right here, this Atwood navigation light. Also comes one with the back, and they use a 3M adhesive, which is something that I like. That way I don't have to drill any more holes into the kayak. But other than that, there's nothing else I need. I mean, of course, when you're in the kayak, air horn, whistle, PFD, safety flag, which you gotta have on. Just having all the things that you need. It's really helpful. And especially if you're fishing out in the Texas heat right now, I do recommend you get a small cooler. I don't have them with me right now, but I do have a Yeti Rambler that I'm going to be using. I brought 2 extra water bottles just in case. I won't be here for long, probably about 2 hours. And yeah guys, just overall being wary of what you're doing. Always check your conditions when you're fishing. You don't want to go out and you get out in the water and you're, I don't know, maybe a mile off from the boat ramp and you have a storm coming in. So always be aware of what day you're gonna fish, how the weather's gonna look. So I usually fish whatever is 10 mile an hour winds and down. Occasionally I'll do 15s, but 15-mile-an-hour winds on the kayak starts getting a little hectic after you go out. Look at those guys in the bass boats. That's something else. I have seen people put trolling motors on these. Don't know why. I mean, if you're gonna be putting a trolling motor on your pedal drive kayak, I think it really just defeats the purpose of having a pedal drive. But I mean, to each his own. So I haven't found anything. Probably gonna move over closer to the boat ramp where I saw some fish eating stuff from the surface. I'm gonna give it a couple more casts here. I mean, once again, I'm at Lake Ray Roberts. Probably the main lake I fish. There's a boat ramp, the Butt Creek boat ramp, I think what it's called. Usually pretty good for crappie. I did meet Lake Fork guy's dad there, which is pretty cool. So we're at 60 feet of water here. I'm gonna let this thing drop down about 30 feet. I do want to go saltwater fishing on the kayak, of course, and see what it's all about. I could troll with this. It's probably what we're gonna do right now as I go to that other spot. Alrighty, we're gonna troll with this rod. Okay, let's. We're gonna let that thing drop down just a little bit more. Come on. Alrighty. And we're heading off. Perhaps a white bass would hit it. So, I'm gonna move on. See what we can find out here. There's a fish right here. You know what? I might throw a crankbait.